And here we are, live, once again on a Tuesday terrain day. You will not be able to see me tonight because one of our cameras is out on assignment. So that's where we're at. Let's see here. See if we can get where chat is at here. Yeah. Oh, well, I can see everybody's excited about today as much as I am. Well, it's going to be a short show tonight anyway. I'm going to work on my tower here for a little bit, answer questions, and just kind of have a talk night, kind of a visiting night. So that's what we're at. That's what we're doing. Said I'm having a super exciting day, and you get to be part of it. All right, so we'll go back and work on our tower. I haven't glued these together yet because I want to go in and do some stuff with the windows afterwards. So I need to have access to them. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to put LEDs in it or not. I'm thinking real seriously about it. He says. Let's see here. Oh, do they go all the way out to the corner on those, or do they kind of leave that? Yeah, they leave the corner sticking out. So, I think my glue bottle's stuffed up naturally. Why not? It's been that kind of day anyway, so it might as well be stuffed up, right? Oh, I don't think it came loose. All right. Super exciting Tuesday afternoon. They had lots of stuff I had to do today that got put off that I needed to do yesterday, but because of Columbus Day, the banks were closed, the post office was closed, the county offices were closed. Everything I needed to do yesterday got pushed off till today, along with everything else that needed to be done today. This made for a less than impressive Tuesday. But that's okay. We all have those days. All right. Work on our Still trying to decide how I'm going to paint this thing. That's kind of where I ran into a stopping block on my the dragon and the desert stuff. I'm not happy with the colors yet. What I painted last week just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. So it's back to the drawing board a little bit. But I didn't get a chance to get back to it before today, naturally. I like to put a tip on one of these popsicle sticks. It makes for good to help with the glue, spreading the glue out a little bit. Let's see. You know, hopefully we don't have more connection issues tonight. Get really tired of that. Anyway, I like to get this down to a little bit of a point where I can scrape that any extra glue off the edge, like right here. Kind of go down through there, and that way it'll spread it out, make it look nice and smooth later. Oh. Maybe I can get all the cardboard trim put on this today. Then I'll start figuring out how I'm going to paint it, and then we will. After I get it painted, then that's when I'll go back and put the windows in. May sand it here and there to rough it up just a little bit. But I don't want to just have an old gray building. I'm kind of thinking kind of some maroon colors or something. I looked at some pictures of the original Tyrell building from Blade Runner, from the model maker that made the model for it. So needless to say, the tower is much more extravagant than this one is, but with all the little elevator going up the side and everything like that. but it had some dark maroon colors, some dark brown colors. I love this Pro Bond glue after it sets, if you get it all on, but you don't have a lot of working time with it. Sometimes it becomes a pain in and of itself. One of those kind of glues, you gotta pretty much hit it on the first try, because if you don't get it, it spreads out and then it just doesn't get its stick on. These are not cut perfect to the top, so I'll go in and sand those down after they dry. Mm-hmm. Oh, over here, over here, over here. There just, and I know I don't have to tell anybody this, but there just never seems to be enough hours in the day. But I'm thinking real seriously, because I'm gonna put the windows in. I'm gonna put in kind of like tracing paper, kind of a thin, not opaque paper that light will shine through, and then probably put like a yellow LED in it. I don't think I want a flickering one. But what I'll probably end up doing then is building a battery box and switch into the bottom of the main structure so that I can just flip a switch to turn the lights on and off. They're very easy to do. Um, the main thing, you just have to pay attention to what you're running so that you get your voltage correct. You don't want to hook up 12 volts of lights and try to put it on a AA battery. That doesn't work out so hot. I usually try to use 9-volt batteries, the square ones, the rectangle ones. That's usually plenty of voltage to do anything that I want. They're easy to make a box for it, and you can just get the little flat tabs to put on the top of it. So that's what I normally use, is 9-volt batteries when I'm putting LED. But we'll work on that one show. Everybody can kind of see how I do it. Most of the stuff you can find on Amazon. I've got a place that I order my stuff off of that I'll provide the address for them. I like to use them because you have to, on LEDs, you have to put a resistor in it. And they come already, they already take them and put the resistor in already. So I don't have to mess with that. They just kind of hook them up to the bottom of the, right below the bottom of the LED light and wrap it in little plastic shrink wrap. And just easier to do, so I don't have to worry about soldering them and all that stuff. For the extra few pennies they charge, it's a good deal. But I'll have to drill some holes in the top of the first building so that the for the wires to come up to this part too. So I have to figure out how I want to do that. But like I said, this is going to kind of become a centerpiece. I've got a couple of scenarios in mind for it. So if I'm going to do it that way, I might as well go all in. I just try to make sure my glue's not all balled up. As long as it's smoothed down. Since I spray it first with primer, it'll go over any glue, take any of the sheen off of it. So I don't get worried about the glue spreading out a little bit as long as it's nice and flat. Need this to go this way too. Do it with this. I don't know where my big knife at. See if we can do it with this one. Maybe this will be a little easier. Hopefully we don't cut anything off here. Oh, come on. We're almost cut. Getting there, getting so slowly. Doesn't have to be overly pretty. All right, it gives me a little different point for going this way to spread it out. Oh. It's going to be a quiet night for all of us, it looks like. Good, I guess that's on a slow night. That's the night I'm going to have to quit early, then better for everybody. All right, now we got to get tricky with their little fancy stuff here. Got that all ready to come out. And I've had a little template on here so you can see where to put them on at. I guess this is just kind of like some I don't know what the right kind of some trellis or something. Between my lines here. That'll look nice when it's time to do some dry brushing, bring the highlights out on it. Those will really look good on there. See what I mean by gluing if you don't get it set in there quick and then end up moving it. It doesn't like that. Kind of pick it up a little bit, glue under it, and press her back down. All right. And then again, I'm gonna have to sand the top a little bit there. It's not perfectly. I don't want to have them stick over the bottom because I don't want it to get in the way when I put the two pieces together. Be easier to sand it off the top. That way I don't have to worry about bumping into the bottom of it moving it around. All right. I'm not real wild about this cardboard. It's kind of a gray chipboard that they use. I prefer something a little smoother than this. So, main thing is it just soaks up paint really much, so you just got to make sure you primer it good. That's why on our building kits we're using a clay coated material for things like this. It just paints up and looks nicer, I think. All right, we're gonna put our next one on. Get this on a little quicker this time. All right. All right, putting it on a little better. Trick of it there a little. excess glue off there a little bit. All right, another one on. Excuse me. Bit of a piece there from the other nights. Out a little bit. Shove a little glue in there. That's it. Ever so slowly. Kind of like tonight. It's slow night. Well, I'm going to put a little tape on that to hold that down for a little bit. Well, yeah, it could be, I guess. A little bit of a union job. Kansas is a right to work state, so I see non-union jobs going about the same way. So I think it's just I don't want to work hard thing more than it is a union thing. Yes, I think so. I think it's got like some kind of a landing pad on the top of it. As I was saying earlier, I'm just not very enthused today. It's just been a crappy Tuesday. Yeah, well, I need, yesterday I needed the post office, the bank, and the county offices, and they were all closed, and I forgot about it being Columbus Day, and so everything that needed to be done yesterday had to be put off till today. Yeah. All right. I think that puts all the pieces on that one. So now we're to the back to the bottom here. Yeah, so I guess you weren't here at the very beginning of the show, at least where you could hear what I was saying. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I was talking about painting it. I think I'm going to put LED lights on it. I've been trying to think of. I don't want to just go with a gray building deal. I looked at the original model from Blade Runner. They have it up on the web page, and it's kind of got some maroons and dark browns and stuff in it. I may go that way with it. But I'm going to kind of go with some thin white, like tracing paper windows, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put some LED lights in it. Probably maybe a blue might be kind of cool. So that's the reason I haven't glued the top to the bottom yet. So I can, after I get at least get the base colors on, and so I can put the windows in afterwards. And I'm gonna have to drill a hole here for the wiring and stuff to come up to the top. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll just have to drill some holes in it. And I'm still trying to, I probably am going to build a block, or, a square for it to go on. And so I can put stuff around the edges to make it where you can just drop the whole thing on the board somewhere. My one regret is that I didn't paint inside the little tunnel, but I should be able to get enough into it that it'll look all right. I think it would have been cool to put some little red runway lights in it. So I'll probably put some red ones on the top, little blinking red lights, clearance lights on the top of it. I think I'll probably build something for the door. I don't really like how it's just slanted there. So I may come out with a little bit of a cover so that the doors are straight up and down. Well, I think I can get, like I said, I think I can get into it far enough where it'll look okay. I think it, I mean, it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to look down like this in it and see that it's all painted right. But I think I can get enough done here. So from normal view, it'll be all right. I guess if I was that worked up about it, I probably could go ahead and cut this out, and so I can get down to it if I wanted to. That'll all be covered up anyway. We'll see. Well, that's I'm gonna rattle trap it anyway to begin with, so I'll get enough paint up in there to so that it's not just plain. I'll probably primer it black and go back over it with some light brown and some maroons and a little bit of grays, and then to get all the tones that I want on it, a little pre-shading, and then go back with the airbrush to put the final coat on it, and then go back then and dry brush. And might put an ink wash on it, give it some weathering, like how water runs down stuff over time. A little acid rain look. Oh yeah, no. When I'm ready to, of course, I'll have it. I'll have to get the base painting done separate, but when I start detailing it out, I'll have it on here again. Oh. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Oh, I'm getting the yawns. My day started off way too early, too. That's part of the problem. But there's a lot of glue there. Oh, give it on thing. There, I think. There's so much glue on it. Went right on there. All right, and we'll go ahead and cut out the little things here. Naturally, it's got two on each side. Out here. Flip here, cut the other ones in half and intersperse them together. Be bad. They're already super thinly anyway, and them to be pieces. Very, very careful. One slip and it's gone. All right, these out, and that'll be the last of the stuff that needs cutting. Of course, I can save this one and use for some detail on something else down the road. Maybe. Get it out of there. A pain. The little ends that they get turned in there just right, and you can't pull very hard or you'll tear them. Oh, come on. There. All right, I think that's, yeah, getting on me a little there. 1, 2, 4, 8. All right. Go ahead and just glue these dudes on while I'm here. All right. All right, line up. Now these tops kind of tuck into that edge, so that's cool. That will help make that transition a little smoother. And naturalize it always got to land glue side down and drop it. These went on the floor and pick up every speck of dirt you possibly can. That one, that one. Yeah. All right, there's my little spreader stick here. All right, here, now, on. Oh, on that, as I thought I did. Bottom. There we go. And like I said, I'm gonna have to go back and I want to redo where the doors are here on, since they put them on the slope. Just looks funny to me. Come on. You're straight and you're not straight. All right. Pieces on here on this side. Too much glue on that time. And those sticks are for. Yeah, it needs to be something so they're straight up and down. I'll just cut a little square box and angle it off and then set the door. I'll copy that pattern that they use so that it'll go on there and look right. Floppy here at the end. The burnt edges get, especially you get a little glue on it, you start getting soot all over your fingers. Usually I would take a break and wash my fingers every once in a while, but it'll be, that's why we paint it. Paint covers everything. You know. And then it slid over just a little bit. Really? Too far. Yeah, this stuff just, it soaks this glue up so fast. You better get it where you want it. And if I put too much on there to slide it around a little bit, then I get it squirting out the edges. Ugh. Wait a minute. Where's my other little square? Here, did I knock it off on my arm? Great. Oh, here it is. Oh, so close. That one hit pretty close right on the money right off the bat page. Nice. I must be getting better at it naturally towards the end here. Bit of give to it. Shoot a little glue in there. This little tape here. Chance to do that a little better. Yeah, see how the doors are? They're just up along the slope, and it just looks funny. I like the design of them. They go with the building, but I just like them flat like that. Yeah, yeah, it's like that's what I was thinking earlier. It's like a storm cellar door, not what you would see on a big corporate headquarters building. All right, last piece. Well, sort of, since I got to go back and do the doors, but last official piece. Fingers are getting way too dirty here. Yeah, no, this is the last official piece here. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside for a second, let that dry a little bit and set up. And then we'll come back to this because I want to take some sandpaper here, hopefully. And I want to sand this cardboard down where it matches the top of the roof better. A little rounding on it. It'll kind of tie that in together. I think this can probably come off now. It's probably been on there long enough to set up. Yeah. All right. That gives it just a little smoother look, like it's all part of the what it's supposed to be. Doesn't take much. Cardboard sands pretty quick. Oh, that's not been glued very good. Chunks of stuff on my fingers on there. All right. Well, one way to find out that it wasn't glued good. See if I So I'm just gonna kind of round it off a little bit to go with the, make it look like it's all more of a part of it. I have to, after I put the primer on it, I may hit it with just a little lighter sandpaper to make sure there's no little greeblies hanging off of there. Plus, another thing you can do when if you know you're going to sand it, you can always put glue on the outside of it to kind of seal it up a little bit if you want to. And then when you sand it, you're sanding more into the glue than you are the cardboard. All right, that's smoothed out. Then I want to go in here too and fix my tops on my, want that to be kind of come in a little bit with the top. And to find the right angle is not always the easiest thing. This is pretty aggressive sandpaper, so it doesn't take much. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'll probably hit it with a little lighter sandpaper after I primer it so it seals up a little bit better. Just to get it a little smoother. All right, I think other than that, Miss Lincoln, there we go. It is almost finished. I mean, that's the kit. I've worked on it for about 4 weeks, but I just work on it for the most part here on the show. So I would say probably total time to put this thing together would be about 4 hours to get it to this point. I'll get like I said, I'll get my base colors on there, tone it, and I'll just use rattle traps for that. Probably spray paint it black first, then come in with some grays and some tans and stuff. Then I'll airbrush the final coat kind of how I want it on there and spray in some stuff. And then I don't know if I may do an ink wash on it. I don't know. And then highlight it out. And then at that point, I'll put the windows and the LED kit in. So it's still got a ways to go. And I might come in and put some other details. I'm not real wild about this being so flat up here, so I might take some plastic pieces and I don't know, cut a square, or cut something on there to maybe flagpoles or something. I don't know. Something I think. If I can cover these up if I want to too, so that those don't show up a little bit. They're usually, if you put enough paint on there, they'll go away, but you never know. But yeah, no, that'll make a nice centerpiece for a big city board, a big. I think I've been thinking of like a corporate, company versus company kind of, hostile takeover on some distant world. So anyway, I'm going to call it a night. I just wanted to get this caught up and get this done. Like I said, it's been a crazy day here, and I'm ready to call it done for tonight. So thank you for the couple of you that showed up. So I'm guessing everybody forgot about our Tuesday night, I guess. So anyway, so I will catch you guys. We'll be back tomorrow night, me and James at 8 o'clock, talking all things cav, and for an hour. So get all your questions and stuff ready, and we will go from there. We'll probably talk about the new Kodiak a little bit. It's gonna. I don't know. I don't know that if it's gonna be a total subject or just kind of an open. Again, like I said, it's kind of a crazy week. So, but anyway, so y'all take care, and I will see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Good night.